Hello guys, this is Brian Tubbs coming at you with another video. Today is going to be a quick video. I'm still working on the piece that we call dolphins. It's the piece that I was working on in the last video. I think I was polishing the piece. Stainless steel 3D piece. And we call it dolphins because it kind of looked like dolphins coming up out of water, kind of jumping. But different people see different things in art, so whoever purchases it, they can call it what they want to. But again, this is a 304 stainless steel. And then the base, this is the base for it. And this is a 304 stainless steel as well. And so we take one of the points and I bored a hole through this, I think this is 10 gauge. And so that's how we mount it. So this video is really about if you have a sculpture that has a point on it, how do you mount something that's on a point? I mean, people would think it doesn't have very much strength, which if you just mounted it right to that point, it wouldn't have much strength at all. I'm gonna get a little bit closer to the camera so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, so this is what it will be standing on. Just that little edge right there. And the way you would mount something like this on a base is you would drill a hole in the base, if you guys can see that hole, and then you just take your sculpture, set it down in there, and you would just do your welds. For something like this, I would TIG weld it, because MIG weld you get spatter, and if you get spatter on it, it'll be difficult getting the spatter off, without scratching up your polished stainless or whatever you're making. If your stainless is not polished, you're going to paint it. That might be okay because you might be able to get your grinder and grind the spatter off, and you do all that kind of stuff. But with these being just polished stainless steel, I don't want to get any spatter on it. Okay, and so that's how you would mount a sculpture that has a point. Whether it's a large outdoor sculpture, a smaller indoor sculpture like this, a tabletop, you just bore your hole. You would sink the sculpture down into the base, a little bit. It just depends on the size of the sculpture, the weight of it. You may even have to get like a pole or something to stick down in the base, and then have it going up into the sculpture and have it welded, in some brackets or something like that, just so people will think the thing is going to tip over or is not sturdy enough. When people see stuff like that they think is not sturdy but it's standing, they're more apt to want to buy it because it plays with the mind. And so, I mean, today, we're talking about, how to stand on the point and all that stuff. But the other thing is, what if you're by yourself and you don't have anyone helping you and you want to mount a sculpture like this, to a base, and you're going to TIG weld it? Well, you only have two hands. One hand has to hold the sculpture in place, like say, for example, this one. One of my hands is going to have to hold the sculpture in place. And if I was MIG welding, no problem. I'll just point, pull the trigger, and tack it in. But I don't want spatter. I can't have any spatter on this thing. I mean, in my case, I have help. I can just call my wife out. She would hold it. But say if you didn't have anyone, to help you. So I'll show you a little trick that I came up with maybe a couple years ago. because if my wife was out of town or she couldn't come out to help or whatever she was doing, I had to find a way to mount sculptures, or else I had to be sitting around waiting for her or someone else, to come, or my son or whomever. But I'll show you a quick little secret that I came up with. All right, so the secret I came up with was, like, for example, this sculpture at the very bottom, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch wide at the very point. Well, maybe 1/4 of an inch up from the very tip of the point. Somewhere around 1/4 inch, 3/8 or 5/16, somewhere in there. So what I would do is I would take a piece of TIG rod. The sculpture is 304, so I'm using 308 TIG rod for it. So what I'm going to do is cut a piece of TIG rod about somewhere around 1/4 of an inch, somewhere in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut maybe 2 pieces just to be safe. So I just have my cutoff wheel, I have my face shield on, and I'm going to make a cut. Okay, so as you saw, I went ahead and I cut 3 pieces of TIG rod. So what I'm going to do now is just collect the pieces and set them on the table. Okay, so now I'm going to go and bring the camera in so you guys can get a better look at what I'm doing. All right, so the key here is I'll put the sculpture in the base. Just get it lined up, fairly good, like I want it. Get my light in here. And what I'm doing is I have it in here. I'm lining up the front of it with the front of this, just to kind of see where I'm at. And then I don't want it leaning too far back. I want it kind of forward. And so what I'm going to do now is just take a piece of TIG rod and just lay it right here. Right in this position right here. And I'm just looking again, just checking to see if it's fairly straight. It doesn't have to be perfect yet, because you can still kind of manipulate it once you get this rod going. Okay, and after you get it lined up pretty good, just point and just weld that in. Then you take a look at the piece and see if it's fairly straight like you want it. If not, you can manipulate it a little bit before you put another tack on there. Just get a good look at it from all directions. And then in a lot of cases you can just release the piece, but you got to be careful, make sure the piece is sturdy in that position. But if it's not, that's the reason I have this second piece. I'll put that on this side over here. I'll put that piece here. And as if I have to still hold it with my other hand, left hand, right hand, whichever hand you are. I'm still holding on to it. and just making sure the piece is level, as level as I can get it, and as straight as I can get it. And then I'll go ahead and weld in that second piece of rod. And usually, depending on the size of your piece, that second tack will normally get it locked in pretty good, enough you can release it, and then you can go ahead and in my case, I'll put another weld on this other side over here. I'm just looking it over, and look like it can go that way just a little bit. So I'll heat the weld up, and just kind of pull it just a little bit. And as soon as I put the heat on it, I felt it move. That's another tip, guys. If you're welding something up, and after you kind of weld it up with if you're TIG welding, and it's a little bit crooked, you can just take your TIG welder torch, heat that weld up, get it kind of liquid again, and then you can adjust your piece. And so the next step would just be to take if you needed a third piece. So what I would do, I said I would cut 2 pieces. I would cut 3 pieces. And if I needed the third piece on this side, I would just lay it in there and weld it up. But since this is holding up pretty good, what I'll do now is just take my TIG rod and just weld this side in. Then I'll start, weld the rest of it in. So I just go all the way around. Just run a bead all the way around. And I'm checking the piece to make sure it's still pretty level and hasn't fallen to one side or anything. And now what I'll do is I'll go back around and just smooth the piece in, just smooth that weld in. So I just go around and just smooth it in now. like I said before, guys, I do that smooth in technique because some people like, you know, the weld beads and some people don't. So with a piece like this, I just smooth the welds out, just so people won't have anything to say. It is what it is. Take my last look, make sure everything is good. I think it's good enough. All right, guys, so there you have it. Like I said, it's going to be a quick video, but I guess the point of the video was if you have a pointed piece, you know, with a pointed bottom, and you're trying to figure out how to make this thing stand on your base, just bore a hole in your base, just large enough to slide your piece into it. Make sure your hole is not too big because you don't want to do a whole bunch of glob welding. So just, you know, bore, you know, a hole that's pretty close to the width and whatnot of the point, just so you can put your piece down in. And with a piece like this, since it has this back portion on it that sticks out, after I bored my hole, I took a little die grinder and made a little slot behind the hole so that this little tail piece, if you will, it's like a triangle, the shape of this at the bottom. So in order for the back portion to be able to fit down in the hole without having the piece leaning too far, I can't have the piece leaning too far with just a hole to be leaning too far this way. So I had to kind of shave out some of the metal so I can get the piece to lay back this way. So I just took, like I said, a little die grinder with a bit on it. Steel, you know, for steel, a bit that would kind of go right through steel. Put that on there, laid it down, and put a little slot in the back so the piece would sit in and lay back a little bit. So that's how you do that. And the other thing is, if you don't have help, you just cut a couple pieces of TIG wire, whether it's stainless or a mild steel wire, doesn't matter. Just cut what you need, set it down, you know, in the hole, or if the piece has a hole. If it doesn't have a hole, you can still just set it on the base against the piece. Take your Tig Torch, melt it in, and then you just kind of release it slowly to see if the piece is going to want to fall. If it wants to fall, get your second piece of TIG wire or TIG rod, put it in a different position, like toward the back or one of the sides, and heat that piece up. And that should make it sturdy enough so you can go ahead and take your TIG rod and your torch and just start welding it in. But before I came up with this technique, I would have to have, you know, different things on my table holding the piece up. If my wife or my son wasn't around, trying to hold the thing up, you know, until I can get a tack in, and oftentimes it would slip and I would have to readjust it and all that kind of stuff. So like, just cut a piece of TIG wire, lay it on there, melt it in. If you have a MIG, if you're shooting MIG, don't worry about it. Just take your MIG, hold your sculptor in place, point and pull the trigger. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this one. And I hope you see you on the next one. I'm not sure what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing something as usual. All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for this one. And as usual, peace out.